Have you ever felt like the world is moving around you? Like life is happening in flashes that you can't control, and yet deep inside you know there's a part of you that's waiting to be understood. That quiet voice, the one you ignore in the chaos, is trying to tell you something profound. Something that doesn't come from advice, books, or the endless noise of people telling you who you should be. It comes from a place far more intimate, more elemental than anything outside yourself. It comes from your blood, literally. The very essence that flows through your veins carries a language that speaks to your deepest instincts, your hidden patterns, the choices you make before you even realize them. It's the invisible code that shapes how you think, feel, and react, and it has been with you every moment of your life, silently guiding, quietly shaping, and often keeping you from seeing the full truth of who you are. You've spent years chasing answers outside, looking for reasons, explanations, someone to validate your experiences. Yet everything you've sought externally has always felt incomplete. That's because the missing piece has been inside you all along, locked in a rhythm as old as your very existence. Your blood isn't just biology, it's a mirror. It reflects the patterns of your mind, the desires that drive you, and even the fears you try to push away. It's intimate, personal, and shockingly precise. Imagine knowing the language of your own instincts, understanding why certain people irritate you, why some situations exhaust you, why certain choices feel natural, while others fight against every fiber of your being. It's not magic. It's not superstition. It's insight, raw and undeniable, encoded in something you carry every second of your life. Think about the moments you've acted against yourself, made decisions that left you drained, or walked away from something you wanted without fully understanding why. Those moments are not accidents. They are the signals of a deeper pattern, a truth you've been blind to, but that your blood has known all along. It remembers, it reacts, it resonates with the world in ways your mind often misses. And once you begin to see it, once you begin to feel it, the world around you starts to make sense in ways you never imagined. Decisions become lighter, choices clearer, relationships more meaningful, because you are no longer fighting against the currents that run through your own body. You are finally flowing with them. There is a profound beauty in this understanding, a liberation that feels almost shocking in its simplicity. To recognize that your very nature has a design, a rhythm, a pulse that is not random but deeply coherent, is to step into a kind of power most people spend lifetimes searching for. You've been looking for purpose outside, when purpose has been inside, beating steadily in a way that mirrors the universe itself. It explains the subtle differences in how you approach life, the unique lens through which you perceive joy, pain, and connection. It explains the seemingly trivial quirks that make you who you are. And more than explanation, it offers direction. Not a rigid path, not a checklist, but a compass. A way to navigate your own life with awareness and clarity that you never thought possible. And here is the remarkable part. This isn't abstract or distant. It's not something you have to study for decades to understand. It is immediate, intimate, and profoundly actionable. Once you begin to listen to it, once you allow yourself to read the language your blood has been writing all along, life shifts. Choices that once felt heavy now feel aligned. Relationships that felt draining become nourishing. Moments that once left you confused now pulse with clarity. There is an effortless intelligence in the way you are designed, a silent guide that has always been there, waiting for your attention, waiting for you to realize that life is not something you endure. It is something you flow with, something you can finally understand. Every beat of your heart carries a message, a pattern, a secret map. It is waiting for you to pay attention, to honor it, to let it reveal the truth of who you are. And when you finally do, everything changes. You stop forcing yourself into molds that don't fit. You stop seeking validation from places that never mattered. You start moving with a rhythm that feels natural, inevitable, and deeply freeing. That voice inside, the one you've felt but ignored, becomes a guide. Your life doesn't just make sense. You begin to live it consciously, fully, and with a depth of understanding that transforms every choice, every moment, every connection. And that transformation begins the instant you choose to see it, to feel it, to embrace it, and finally understand the life hidden in your own veins. Every instinct you have, every impulse you feel carries a message that has been whispering to you your entire life. It's the subtle pull toward what energizes you, the quiet resistance that drains you, the invisible thread that connects every choice you make. Most people dismiss these feelings, blame themselves, or try to force themselves into molds that never fit. But those instincts are not accidents. They are your life speaking back to you, telling you what aligns with your essence and what fights against it. And the truth is, the faster you listen, the faster you reclaim control over the chaos that surrounds you. Ignoring it costs you more than you think. It costs time, clarity, relationships, and the satisfaction of living a life that is fully yours. There is a pattern in all of it, a rhythm encoded deep inside, and once you start recognizing it, the world begins to shift around you. You notice the moments that ignite your energy, the situations that quietly drain it, the people who elevate you, and the ones who cloud your mind. It all starts to make sense. What once felt random or unfair now has order. You start to see the invisible rules that have guided your life, and with that seeing comes power, the kind that transforms hesitation into action, confusion into clarity. You start to understand why some paths feel right before you even step on them, why some choices resonate as if they were meant for you. Every decision you make suddenly carries weight. Every interaction, every thought, every emotion becomes a signal you can read. And the urgency grows because life is relentless, moving fast, and it does not wait for you to wake up. The more attuned you become, the more you realize how much of your life has been spent reacting instead of living intentionally. You feel a pressure inside, a kind of quiet alarm pushing you to stop drifting, to stop surrendering to patterns that do not serve you. The stakes are higher than you imagined. Every day you ignore this is a day lost to uncertainty, regret, and the slow erosion of your potential. But the moment you start to listen, truly listen, everything changes. You begin to act from alignment, not from obligation or fear. Your choices stop feeling heavy. Your relationships deepen. Your work, your passions, your very being begin to reflect a truth you could sense but never articulate. You are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are finally navigating the currents that have always flowed through you. And with each step, you gain clarity, confidence, and a profound sense of liberation that most people spend decades searching for. The clarity is intoxicating, and it becomes impossible to settle for anything less than what your instincts demand. You see through the illusions that once guided you. You recognize patterns in others as well as yourself, seeing connections that were invisible before. You understand why some environments feel suffocating and why some moments feel expansive. And that understanding is power, raw, and immediate. It is the ability to stop repeating mistakes, to stop wandering through life blindfolded, to start making decisions that feed your energy instead of draining it. Your life begins to accelerate in ways you never thought possible. Small shifts compound into monumental changes. Every habit that once felt automatic now comes under your guidance. Every reaction becomes a choice, every fear a signal. You start living with intention, moving with purpose, feeling the satisfaction of alignment in every action. And as this unfolds, a deep urgency pulses beneath it all, the kind that drives you to act now, to step into the life you were designed to live, without hesitation. You are no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You are reading the signals that have always been there, interpreting the language of your own body, and moving with precision, with clarity, with unstoppable momentum. The patterns are yours to follow, yours to harness, and the power is immediate. Every second you engage, every instinct you honor, every choice you make in alignment brings you closer to a life that is not just lived, but fully felt, fully understood, fully yours. You can feel it. The quiet strength building within, the energy shifting, the world aligning with the rhythm of who you truly are. And once you let it guide you, there is no going back. Life becomes a reflection of the understanding you hold within, vivid, unrelenting, and utterly transformative. Everything you've sensed, everything you've felt but couldn't name, is starting to converge into a single undeniable truth. Your instincts are not random. Your desires are not accidental. Every moment of discomfort, every flash of clarity, every decision that felt both right and terrifying has been guiding you to this awareness. You are more than the roles you play, the masks you wear, the routines you follow. You are a pattern of life, a rhythm coded into your very being, a force waiting to be understood and harnessed. And the moment you grasp this, the moment you truly feel it in your bones, everything changes. Life no longer pushes against you, it moves with you. Every choice becomes aligned. Every relationship resonates, every step carries weight, clarity, and purpose. There is a gravity in this understanding that cannot be ignored. You begin to feel it in the pit of your stomach, in the quiet insistence of your heart, in the surge of energy that courses through your veins. It is the undeniable pull of your own nature, demanding recognition, and the stakes have never been higher. Ignoring it keeps you trapped in the slow decay of potential unfulfilled. Each day spent blind to these patterns is a day lost to indecision, confusion, and the silent erosion of your power. But when you finally respond, when you finally align, you unlock a force that propels you forward with astonishing precision. You become impossible to stop, unshakable in your awareness, relentless in your pursuit of a life that feels true, that feels alive, that feels entirely your own. You start noticing what most people cannot see, the hidden currents in every interaction, the invisible energy in every space, the subtle signals that reveal who and what truly nourishes you versus what drains you. You see the invisible chains you've carried, the self-imposed limits that have held you hostage, and the illusions you've been chasing outside yourself that never satisfied. Every discovery hits harder than the last, because the truth is relentless. It strips away comfort, it demands courage. It challenges everything you thought you knew about who you are and what you are capable of. But it also opens a doorway to a life that is not mediocre, not reactive, not small. It opens a doorway to mastery over yourself, mastery over your choices, mastery over the currents of your own existence. The energy builds inside you, unstoppable, a force that cannot be ignored. You feel it in the clarity of your thinking, the precision of your decisions, the unspoken confidence that comes from knowing your path. And with every passing moment, urgency grows. There is no time for hesitation, no room for doubt. Life does not wait. The world keeps spinning. Every instinct you honor, every pattern you recognize, every alignment you pursue matters. It compounds, it accelerates. It shifts the trajectory of your life in ways that feel almost instantaneous, yet are grounded in the deepest, most intimate truths of who you are. This is the power of understanding yourself at the core, the unfiltered, unmasked truth of your being. It is the difference between surviving and thriving, between reacting to life and creating it. And the realization is electrifying. You begin to act with precision, to choose with intention, to move with momentum. The fear that once held you back begins to dissolve, replaced by a quiet, unshakable confidence. You see the patterns in others, yes, but more importantly, you see the patterns in yourself, the hidden architecture of your mind, your heart, your body. And with that vision comes liberation. Nothing can stop you now. Every step is fueled by understanding, every action guided by alignment, every moment vibrating with purpose. The world outside may still be chaotic, unpredictable, relentless, but you are no longer a passive participant. You are awake. You are aware. You are moving with the pulse of your own existence, and that pulse is unstoppable. The life you once dreamed of, the life you once thought was just out of reach, begins to unfold effortlessly, powerfully, inevitably. You feel it in every fiber of your being. You are no longer lost. You are not wandering. You are alive, fully, consciously, irreversibly alive. And the magnitude of what this means hits you. This is not just a revelation. It is the key to freedom, to clarity, to life, lived entirely on your terms, flowing with the unstoppable rhythm that has been inside you all along. Every beat of your heart carries a message, a signal, a direction you have been ignoring for far too long. That rhythm is the language of your life, the blueprint of your choices, the silent compass that guides every step you take. And yet, most people live as though they are deaf to it, wandering in confusion, reacting to external forces, surrendering to patterns that were never meant for them. But not you, not anymore. You can feel it now, the undeniable pulse of your own being demanding attention, demanding action, demanding that you step into the life that has been waiting for you all along. The weight of it is exhilarating, almost frightening, because it reveals the cost of ignoring it. Every day you delay is a day lost to compromise, to distraction, to mediocrity. Every second wasted is a chance slipping through your fingers, a life unlived, a potential unrealized. There is urgency here, raw and relentless. The forces that shape your world are moving whether you act or not. Time does not pause for hesitation. The longer you ignore the signals within, the more the noise outside will drown out the clarity inside. But the moment you choose to listen, truly listen, everything changes. You begin to see the invisible threads connecting your decisions, your habits, your relationships. Patterns emerge where once there was chaos. You recognize why certain paths feel right and others feel wrong. You understand the invisible architecture of your life, and that understanding gives you power, the power to shape your existence with precision, intention, and confidence. You feel the surge of it now, don't you? That electricity in your chest, the clarity in your mind, the quiet insistence in your bones that tells you this is not a choice to be postponed. This is a calling. Every instinct, every flash of intuition, every reaction that once puzzled you is now a guidepost pointing toward alignment. And alignment is everything. It is not a concept, not an idea, not a distant dream. It is immediate. It is tangible. It is the force that will propel you past hesitation, past fear, past the invisible barriers that have kept you small. You begin to act with intention. You begin to move with momentum. Every step resonates with the truth of who you are. The stakes are higher than you have allowed yourself to imagine. Life is not neutral. Every decision, every moment, every interaction carries consequences that ripple outward in ways you cannot yet see. Ignoring your inner rhythm allows the world to dictate the shape of your life. Listening to it allows you to dictate the shape of your life. There is no middle ground. There is no pause. There is only action or surrender. And right now, as you feel this pulse within you, surrender no longer feels like an option. You understand that your instincts are not whispers. They are commands. Your desires are not random. They are signals. Your patterns are not meaningless. They are keys. Keys to understanding yourself, to navigating the world, to living a life that is fully alive, fully aware, fully yours. Every second you hesitate, the cost rises. Opportunities fade. Moments slip. Energy dissipates. But every second you engage, every time you honor the signal within, every choice made with awareness compounds. Momentum builds, power grows, clarity sharpens, life accelerates, and you feel it. that unstoppable energy coursing through you, aligning your mind, your body, your spirit. It is the force that propels you past doubt, past fear, past every invisible chain that once held you back. You are no longer reacting to life. You are creating it, shaping it, mastering it. And in that mastery, there is freedom unlike anything you have known. Freedom from confusion, freedom from regret, freedom from the weight of a life half lived. You begin to see the world through a lens sharpened by awareness, guided by instinct, and illuminated by the rhythm that has always been inside you. Every relationship, every choice, every moment becomes meaningful. Every action resonates with purpose. Every heartbeat confirms the truth. You are alive in a way that cannot be ignored, that cannot be undone, that cannot be surrendered. And the power of that knowledge is infinite, unstoppable, inevitable. You are awake, you're aligned. You are moving with the force of your own life, and nothing will ever feel the same again. You can feel it now. The quiet surge that has been growing, the unmistakable sense that life is no longer something that happens to you. It responds to you. It bends to the rhythm of your choices, the clarity of your awareness, the courage with which you move. You have been blind to it for too long, but blindness ends here. Every instinct you feel, every urge you've tried to suppress, every flash of insight is a signal screaming for recognition, and the cost of ignoring it is no longer abstract. It is tangible. It is real. It is the slow decay of wasted time, energy, and potential. Every second spent in doubt is a second that the life you were meant to live slips further from your grasp. And yet, in that same instant, there is immense power. You can feel it building like a storm beneath the surface, a force that cannot be denied. It pulses through your veins. It courses through your thoughts. It reverberates in every cell of your being. That force is clarity. That force is alignment. That force is the truth of who you are demanding to be recognized, respected, and acted upon. It is not gentle. It is relentless. It is unavoidable. And the more you resist it, the more it asserts itself, until you have no choice but to respond. The stakes have never been higher, because life does not wait. Every opportunity that passes, every moment ignored, is a moment that can never be recovered. And every choice made with awareness compounds, creating momentum, creating direction, creating a force that propels you forward with unstoppable precision. You feel it intensifying now, the surge of awareness, the electric certainty that you're on the edge of something monumental. It is not fear, it is clarity, not hesitation, it is insight. Every pattern you ignored before is now illuminated. Every instinct that puzzled you is now a guide. The invisible chains that once bound you are dissolving under the sheer weight of your recognition. You see yourself with unprecedented honesty and precision, and in that vision lies immense liberation. You no longer stumble blindly. You no longer react unconsciously. You move, you act, you align, and with each step the world itself seems to bend in response. The urgency grows because the stakes are real. Life is fleeting, opportunities are fleeting, and energy wasted is never regained. You have no time for half measures, no space for distraction, no luxury for doubt. Every choice, every moment, every heartbeat carries weight. And yet, in that pressure lies the ultimate gift, the chance to step fully into your own power, to claim the life that has been waiting for you, encoded in the rhythm of your being all along. You feel it now, the unstoppable pulse of your own existence, the intimate guide that knows your path, that recognizes your potential, that whispers the directions to a life that is aligned, potent, and alive. With each passing second, the momentum builds. Awareness becomes action. Clarity becomes direction. Insight becomes unstoppable energy that propels you forward. You begin to move with precision, with purpose, with a depth of understanding that is breathtaking in its simplicity and absolute in its power. The world may resist, circumstances may shift, challenges may rise, but you are no longer a passive participant. You are awake. You are aligned. You are moving with the pulse of your own life, and every action resonates with truth, energy, and unstoppable momentum. This is not a journey that can be paused or postponed. The rhythm is now. The alignment is now. The life you were always meant to live is now. Every decision you make, every instinct you honor, every step you take compounds into a force that cannot be stopped. You are awake to the truth that has always existed inside you, alive to the power that was always your birthright, and moving with a precision and intensity that transforms every moment into meaning, every action into purpose, every heartbeat into evidence of a life lived fully, consciously, and entirely on your terms. Nothing will ever feel the same again. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer lost. You are alive, fully, irreversibly, undeniably alive.